Hey everyone, this is Dinah Rose. Welcome to my channel. This is a quick review on Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 4, Episode 11. It was called Mission Impossible Road to Utah. I actually called the episode The Smell Test because Marsau told Tisha's family, if y'all want to prove that he's been cheating, there's only 3 ways to do it. You can see it with your own eyes, hear it with your own ears, or you can smell his most private body part. He told them they were all welcome to do so. It would be uncomfortable for him, but he's willing to let them do it. And I have to say that the only one in the room who seemed quick enough to catch on to exactly what he was saying was Tisha's stepdaddy, Horace, okay? Either way, you guys know that more allegations have just dropped in these YouTube streets. I think it hit on Friday. This time they gave us a face and a name. And it looks like the lady implicated herself by responding to questions in the first place. Either way, I'm going to talk to you guys about that in a separate video. Before I get into this review, please like this video right now so that others can find me. Subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate every single one of you for your support. And let's get started. So the show opens with Tiffany and Lewis. Tiffany is apprehensive about talking to her adopted or chosen family. She is on a mission to find her birth father. She said it's important because she carries a genetic gene that could be passed on to her children, and she needs to find her birth father to see if he also carries the gene. So when Tiffany's parents arrives, they all talk about what's going on. She let them know that when she had met her birth mother years ago, she had given her information on a man that she thought could be her biological father, but the test proved otherwise. Following that news, her birth mother abruptly ended all contact. Tiffany tells her adopted family that she loves them, that she is in no way trying to disrespect them by finding her birth father. Her actual adopted or chosen father says to her that when she first found out she was adopted, he was hurt and he thought that, she wouldn't love them anymore. But that wasn't true, of course. And he said that he wishes her well. He understands this journey. And that's pretty much how that scene ends. Next up, we have Tisha and Marsau. They are meeting with Wanda to look at her 1945 World War II food truck, according to Marsau. Tisha asks, does it run? And Wanda says, yeah, it runs. But the seller says that it does not, and he also wants $40,000 for it. Then Tisha and Marsau have a back and forth about buying this truck. Tisha's like, it's my mom. I want to do this for her. I know she could do it. Marsau says, I'd rather throw this damn money out the window. Your mama has no business experience and you want to push through every red flag that's come against it. Then Tisha says, you want to get back into business with Martell and he tried to destroy our family. Marsau says, to be fair, your mom tries to destroy our family too. Then Tisha says that's not true, and everything she gets comes from the internet, and that all started with Martell. Then they do a flashback scene of Martell saying, y'all, Y-A-L-L, had 20 women. It's not like y'all didn't have 20 women or 20 girlfriends. Then Marsau plays word scrabble. He says, you're considering going into business with your mother. She says, no, I'm not. I'm not going to be hands-on daily operations. Then Marsau says, Tisha, if you trust your mom as a business person, then why are we even looking at this raggedy ass food truck? Tisha says, I'm not blindly trusting her. And he says, then you don't trust her. Tisha politely asks Marsau to cut the shit and to give her a yes or no answer. And unlike Marsau answering the cheating questions, he finally gives her a concise no. Next scene, we have Tiffany and Melody driving to Eutaw, Alabama to find more information about her birth father or her biological father. Tiffany rehashes the conversation she had with her chosen parents, and she also lets her know that she wants another baby, but Lewis is not on board. Melody said that if he isn't, you might want to take him serious, because that could lead to other problems in the future. Tiffany says that she gives Lewis everything that he wants. She can work all day, come home at 11 o'clock, and still give him, and this is a quote from Miss Tiffany, head and ass, unquote. Then she asks, what more does Lewis Whitlow need? Melody kept a very straight face after Tiffany said that, and I want to give her kudos, her props, because anybody else probably would have been like, girl, pull over and let me out right here. But then Melody says, listen, Tiff, if you're having all these problems, having a baby will not make it better. She was like, what do you even want to do this for? Tiffany says she thinks it's going to get him out the house because he doesn't like to do things. Melody said the only thing having a baby is going to do is have him sitting in the house with the baby. He's still going to tell you to go out, do those things by yourself. So if that's your problem, you got to figure something else out. Okay, girl? Then Tiffany kept talking and Melody dozed right on off into dreamland. And Tiffany's going to have to tighten up them stories because they really do be knocking people out. So Tiffany and Mel finally arrive in Greene County, Eutaw, Alabama. And they go to a place called the Democrat where they're going to look through old newspaper archives. Tiffany wants to see what was going on during the year she was born, which is 1987. The newspapers were still running articles about MLK and an active Ku Klux Klan in that year. Tiffany also found an ad for a statewide adoption during the same year. Apparently there were so many babies birthed from unwed white teen moms that they had to run an advertisement to find homes for these kids. Then Melody asked if they could see information dating back to 1968, which would have been the time that Tiffany's mother was in school. The guy says, was Tiffany's mother white? Melody says yes. He said there would be no information about it because that was when integration started and all the white people took their kids out of public schools and they had a separate school that they had built private for only white children. He also said that there was a mad exodus from the town. He actually said that black people took over, but that was actually white flight. That's what they called it. That's a correct term for it. And he said that if there was a black man who had gotten a white woman pregnant in 1987, there was a possibility that he could have been lynched. Now, I had to research the last recorded lynching on record, and it looks like it was in 1981. In Alabama. Again, that was the last recorded. Doesn't mean it was the actual last one. So 1987 isn't far-fetched. Tiffany and Mel end up speaking to someone on the street who actually recognized a picture of her mother and said, yeah, she used to hang around a lot of the black men. She was pregnant at the time. Melody said, do you recall any news of a lynching of one of your friends or any of the men in the town? And he said no. So that was actually good news, and I hope that Tiffany gets closer to her truth. In the last scene, we have Marsau and Tisha meeting with all of Tisha and Wanda's family, and it was very apparent in this scene why there isn't anything that people could say to Tisha. Tisha could see Marsau cheating with her own eyes. She still would not leave this man because he pulled her out of that bucket of crabs. That whole, you're from the other side of the tracks, yeah, she took it to heart because it's true. In season 1, there is a big dinner scene with Melody and Martell, Tisha, Marsau, Kimmy, and Maurice, and I believe Cedric and his wife. And Melody is saying to Tisha, listen, cheating is a possibility for anyone's marriage. Basically, never say it could never happen to you. And Tisha said, I am going to say it could never happen to me because it's never happened to me. I don't know anything about it. My auntie has been married for blankety blank many years and cheating's never been a part of her marriage. And then she said, I have another auntie who's been married for, whatever many years and cheating's never been a part of her marriage. Well, Wanda herself has said that she was married and her husband cheated on her. And that's why Wanda and Horace are separated now. And Wanda still has a husband and a boyfriend. Then we find out in this scene that T-Man, Tisha's younger brother, is also getting a divorce. But in the midst of things, he has gotten another woman pregnant. And it looks like Wanda is already taking care of 2 of his children. And he's bringing a third into the world that he can't take care of. Then Tisha's cousin tells her that she's going through a divorce. So all of a sudden you get the big picture that Tisha lied about Melody introducing something into her life that she was completely unfamiliar with when everybody in that damn family is broken. Divorce and side babies are a very normal occurrence in Tisha's family, but she is put on a pedestal because they think she has money. And if you guys ever watched that Mike Epps thing where he's like, you can be at a dinner party or at a picnic and you're going to see that one family member who zeroes in on you, start picking his tooth with a toothpick or whatever, and then start heading over there talking about what you got on and all this other stuff. That's Tisha's family. And that is Bernard. Okay? Marsau said that Bernard and Wanda's cousin, the one with this paisley jacket on, are exactly the same, except Bernard is a man. And that was true when he was talking to him, because he was saying things like, you're a controlling freak. And Marsau said, did you mean a control freak? Because that's just one. He was like, well, you're both. It was hilarious. And then he started trying to tell him, you won't admit it. But instead of saying admit it, he said, you won't admit it. You won't admit it. And I have to say, just wow. This man, I don't know how old he is, but he got this neck tattoo, this blonde hair, blonde beard, I think blonde eyebrows for Pete's sake. He's wearing a paisley blue smoker's jacket with a matching pant. I'm sure he thought he was fly. You hear me? And he is leading the pack, thinking he's going to tell Marsau exactly what it is and put him in his place. And the entire family is letting him lead. And Marsau is talking circles around him and making him look like a clown. Then somewhere along the line, Tisha comes in and rescues Marsau from her family, from them attacking him about him cheating. She has a smile on her face, does not seem at all shook or upset about any of it. The entire family knows, by the way. And then they all get their baked potatoes and go and sit down and eat. Then Bernard comes at Marsau again while they're eating and tells him that he's cheap and that he needs to learn how to say just yes or no, because he has the money, basically. And that's basically how it ends. So next week, we're going to see KeKe come into the party, and Tisha and KeKe are going to hash it out. And I just want to see how this is going to work, because we just saw Tisha's entire family go after Marsau about cheating. All of a sudden, KeKe sits down and she brings Tisha to tears because of what? That's what I'm interested in seeing. But you guys let me know what y'all think. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate every single one of you for your support, and I will see you on the next one.